to Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show and the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex the Cargirl Rogio, Hot Rod Bob Beck, plus Dar Hawthorne and Donnie Couch.
Oh, baby. Man, I got all caught up watching that racing. Jeez, I just spent a week at Bakersfield, and what do? I start watching racing. Holy cow, my name is Lucky. I am here with Speed Scene Live. I've got Diana-Mite, fresh from behind the wheel of her Speed Scene Live Nova at the March meet. I got Bob, Hot Rod Bob Beck, fresh from behind the microphone at the March meet. Whew. I've got Bruce Barker, who is fresh behind right after this sign on the front porch. And we will be bringing a special guest in just a little bit by Diana-Mite. Who will that be?
Well, tonight we welcome Cami Edelbrock in studio. She's going to talk about NMCA West. And they're going to be at Fontana March 27th through the 29th. And also they're going to be there June 5th through the 7th. September 18th through the 20th, and October 16th through the 18th. All those 4 dates at Fontana, right, Lucky?
That's right. We're going to have it right there, freeway close.
How did we luck out us Southern California people to have all 4 shows at the wonderful Fontana racetrack? That's the Auto Club Fontana racetrack, right, Bob?
Yes, it is.
That's right, that's right.
We want to make sure that we promote that Auto Club. They take care of us on our racetracks out here in Southern California. We want to send a special thanks out to them.
And tonight we will also talk about our Project 406 motor build with Paul Williams Specialties. We took the car to the track and actually went rounds at the legendary March meet. Plus, Diana had some record-setting numbers with the Project 406. Yep. Highest mile per hour ever. Best 60.
I'm almost going as fast as you, Lucky, with your big block.
That's right. Yes, and you can tell I'm thrilled about that. Yes. And tonight, as promised, we will show the car going down the track, plus all kinds of other March meet cars like this 7.0 Pro car. Look at that, 707, 189. Mm-hmm. They did a good job. And also, people like these Seagassers. In fact, here is Tom Hoover in the Orange Nova, who won Seagass at the March meet. He is currently
number 1 in points
with the big Wally.
Yes, he is. All right, speaking of nostalgia, next week we'll talk with Nostalgia AA Gassers. Plus, Alex, the car girl Rogio, will be live in studio. We tried stuffing her, but it didn't work. And we'll be talking to racers who care. They'll be in studio about how they motivate kids to get involved in motorsports, stay out of trouble, and go racing legally on the strips.
I do like that phrase, stay out of trouble, go racing.
That's it, yes. Works good.
Hey, April 18th, we're looking ahead. It's the next Match Race Madness at Verona.
Hey,
Looks
Bruce,
like Lucky got called out. Yep.
Bruce, I want to mention right here is one of the Seagassers, the Sun Drop car, and he says get dropped. And tonight, we are toasting him.
Yes, special salute
with our Sun Drops tonight live in studio, just to let him know that we appreciate him coming out to the March meet.
Good stuff. Wait, it's like so Midwest, that flavor, you love it.
Oh, man, it brings me right back to Tennessee. Now, Bruce, here's a little teaser of Diana-Mite.
Oh, looky there.
And we're going to show you making a run, but here she is. I don't know if you can tell from the burnout if that Paul Williams Specialty motor's making some good
Is that
power.
a slow-mo burnout? Because it
Look
seems
at
like
that.
I'm going a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
It might be slowed down just a tad.
Yeah, either that or that burnout is 2 minutes long.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And this
John
car-
at M&H Tires is going to kill me if I'm doing too long a burnout.
Well, if they're not hot now, they never will be.
That's right. They never will be. Oh, well, I can't wait to see the real-time footage when we take a look at that.
You should see those guys sweeping all the rubber out of the burnout boxes. I went out with a mason jar for a friend that couldn't be there.
Yeah.
I filled the mason jar with the burnt rubber, closed it up, and we sent it to him saying, too bad you couldn't be at the March meet. Here's March meet 215 for you.
But I thought that was such a
2015.
sweet idea. It was really cute. It was a mason jar full of rubber.
Yeah.
And you know what was weird, Bruce? The same time Bob was filling a mason jar,
Yeah.
I was emptying a mason jar.
Oh.
Yes, I had a little moonshine and I made a...
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
wait,
say
you
that
can't
on
say
the
that?
air.
What?
The car was running on alcohol.
No, it was a sun.
It was
sun
root
drop,
beer. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a ticket. It was root beer.
Root beer. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think we should introduce our special guest tonight. Diana-Mite, you want to bring her on and give her
Sure,
the,
we
the
wanna
big...
We want to welcome Cammie Edelbrock. Cammie, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, it's great to be here finally.
Welcome to the show. It's
Good
great
old
to have you
LA
back.
traffic.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, lots of fun.
Well,
you
we're
know?
going to talk all about NMC West. We're so excited that it's back here in Southern California, and we've got some great race dates out there at the Fontana racetrack. What excitement do you have for us, Cammie?
Well, shoot, just being back at Fontana is awesome. We're there for 4 dates this year. The Auto Club Dragway is, they're working with us really well this year, as always. They always have. We're working with them to get the track all prepped, so it's going to be super sticky. We've got the parking really close to the pits and to the drag strip, so all the spectators, they don't have to walk very far, so that's really cool. We've got a new staging area for the racers, so that's worked out, so it's going to be nice and close for them. We've got Hotchkiss Sports Suspension Autocross coming back.
You know that
for all 4 events.
that autocross is really big. I mean, the last time you guys had it, we went over there. One of the Headman people were out there racing, and I could not believe how many people were having fun in the autocross.
Well, isn't that the one where I got in the car with Sal from TCI, and he just kind of took me on a wild ride and spun out the first time, but then he got me going, and I thought it was a blast. I mean, if I had a car, I'd probably punch it and do it.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And if you want to go, if you want to do the autocross, make sure you sign up in advance because we sell out.
Wow.
We limit it to 75 cars a day, so
Wow.
there's plenty of track time.
Uh-huh.
And you have to sign up on powermallstore.com. That's powermallstore.com. And you just click on the little link to sign up for, to get your tickets ahead of time. And if you do both days, if you do Saturday and Sunday, you can win there's a trophy to win. So, not only bragging rights, but, trophies and stuff.
That's
so
cool.
It's really cool. And because Hotchkiss is doing a lot of events this year, they have a really good crew to set up a professional course.
Wow.
And it's really fun. Yeah, we get a lot of spectators for that. So, not only do we have drag racing, but we have something for everybody. So it's good. And we have a new series sponsor this year, you guys. We have VP Racing Fuels is with us. And in fact, the chief marketing officer is going to call in around 6:15, and Chris Walls, and he's going to talk to us about, about their sponsorship. So
Well, I'm glad you clarified that for us. We were
Yeah.
all going CMO. So M, what's the
CMO,
M? I know the
Chief
F,
Marketing
CFO,
Officer.
COO,
Oh, yeah.
CMO, marketing. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we came up with a lot of other things, but we can't say them now. We're live.
No, they're doing a lot of great things with us this year, not only with NMCA West, but with NMRA and NMCA.
Oh, great.
Yes,
So
they're the official
across the
fuel.
country, huh?
Yes, all across the country. They're a great group.
So you have a great organization, ran very well, geared toward the sportsman racers, so that if anybody out there has not attended a NMCA race, whether it's NMCA West or back east, grab
What's in
yourself
that
a
stuff?
six-pack of Sundrop and head on out.
Don't drive after you drink.
And don't confuse it with the VP Racing Fuel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Cammie, I'm assuming you're going to have promos. We've got
Yep.
Joe Lapone right here racing
Our dear
against.
friend Joe. We want to
Yes.
send a special hello out to him. I know he's
Yeah.
probably watching us from somewhere way
Hey,
far
Joe.
away.
Hey,
Yeah.
Joe.
But we miss you bunches, Joe.
Yep.
He's in the Middle East right now,
Yeah.
Qatar or somewhere like that, doing some racing.
Playing a guitar and
Playing
guitar.
Guitar's a guitar, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Rick Snavely should be there. He was on the cover of Performance Racing Industry magazine last year. his car was.
Well,
With a model.
That's the great
yeah.
team. You know, that team's very, very professional, very driven, and they do very well. You know, everywhere they go, and they've been in a bunch of different classes. You know, they actually started out in Sport Compact, and I don't even know where they started before that, but they are a great team, and they really do put out a big effort. There's also drag radial, 10.5 class, of course, all the sportsman racers, Nostalgia Streetcar, sponsored by Hedman Headers. The Hedman Nostalgia Streetcar is the class that I race in. Diana-Mite races in the super quick class, which I believe is sponsored by Calvert. Or Caltrax, and they also have for all you super gas guys, you know, all you index guys, the 990, 890 people, they have a class for you with a 400 tree. You can run full electronics, therefore you can come on down, use your baseline, your
what
numbers.
are the fastest cars there, Lucky? Cami?
Promod.
Promod? So
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Yeah,
Is
well,
that like the Joe
Fives.
Lapones and stuff?
Like what we're watching
okay.
right here?
Very
Yes,
good.
they're the fastest cars.
Well over 200 miles an hour, right?
Well over, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's street outlaw guys too.
Oh, that's
So,
right. And then
right.
you have the True Street where the guys have to.
I was gonna say that's a really cool class. True Street is they're all street legal, and so what's cool about this is that if you have it's cars or trucks, you know, and you have a car, you want to see how fast it'll go. I've got a little flyer here.
Oh, yeah, look at
Want to
that.
know how fast it'll go?
It says right there on the
There you
top.
go. Yeah.
Want to know?
So it's a Mustang here, but it could be a Camaro, you know.
Now,
Yeah.
okay,
Could be a
you said
truck.
cars and trucks.
Cars and
Can they
trucks.
do a motorcycle?
I don't think so.
No,
I
'cause-
don't know.
No, I don't think you're
No.
allowed to race a bike in a car.
Against a car.
Yeah,
I don't know
think.
the rules.
That's a good
Okay.
question. Of course, you always throw questions at me that I can't. Anyway,
Yes.
what's next?
It's
Anyway,
the blonde.
catch you.
Come
We'll catch
on.
but the cool, I know, huh?
Yeah.
You know,
well.
if a motorcycle left Chicago at 200 miles an hour,
And met a train in Indianapolis.
How many apples
I
will
was
there
always
be in
the
a crate?
inquisitive kid in
How about
class with my
diesel?
hand up.
There you go.
But the cool thing is, you know, the reaction time really doesn't matter. You know, it's all about the average lap time
Consistency.
and your consistency, right? And the cars go out on a cruise, a 30-mile cruise, to prove their street legal worthiness. Then they all come back. Nobody can touch the cars, and they do 3 back-to-back passes down the drag strip.
yet not
And-
only can you not touch the cars, you can't even open the hood.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's like you can't do nothing.
Right. So you do 3 back-to-back passes, and then the officials average out all the ETs, and it's not about your response
Reaction.
reaction time. I know what I'm saying, right?
That's okay.
I know, I got you.
Reaction
I'm following.
time. It is about your average elapsed time.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
it's cool. So it doesn't matter if you're really experienced or just a novice. You can come out and have fun.
And it doesn't
you can
matter.
win cash prizes.
Money.
Yeah,
huh?
money.
And it doesn't matter how fast you are because there's a different class. There's like the 10-second, the 11-second, the 12-second.
It goes all the way from 9-second average to 13-second.
Wow.
That's
So
pretty
it's
cool.
really fun. you
Yeah,
know?
so
So
you
come on
gotta-
out and check it out.
You get a car that maybe it's a 12-second car. You could be the winner. You could go home with cash, baby.
Yeah.
So you're doing that. You're doing the drag racing.
Autocross.
Autocross.
Vendor area.
Vendor
The vendor
area.
thing, yeah.
Wow.
And-
it's just a action-packed show for everyone.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about that. We're going to give you a little March Meet update, maybe some fuel alters, little nitro in the studio to help clear the air. And then we're going to give you some more motor updates. But we need to talk more about the NMCA because if you've never seen this event, if you've never attended, you've got to go to the NMCA West at Fontana. We'll be back.
Hey, this is Fast Jack Beckman, and when I want more of these, I watch Speed Scene Live. Thank you.
At Aeromotive, we believe that performance means reliability, longevity, and durability. Being the best is no secret. By utilizing aerospace processes, procedures, technology, in-house engineering, true applications knowledge, and 3 generations of track experience, it's easy to see why we're the best. We take great pride in the fact that everything we sell, we design and make in the USA. See our entire line of fuel pumps and related products by logging on to aeromotiveinc.com. Aeromotive. We know it, we race it, we live it.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you, slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the Speed Scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. MNHTires.com.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday night. You're live with Diana-Mite at Speed Scene Live. We got Scott Lucky Hudson here to my left. Bob Beck sporting a little T-shirt there. What do you guys think? That's the new NMCA West logo. You
Bob,
like that?
Hold it up a little higher.
Yeah.
Hold it up. You like
All
that?
right. Look at that. That is hot. That's a hot shirt. We've got Cami Edelbrock, and we've also got Bruce Barker. Yay. Lucky, what's next on the agenda?
Well, we're going to go up to Bakersfield for just a couple minutes here. We've got some great nitro-altered AA fuel altered footage, and you know there was quite a variety of cars. Some cars actually didn't have any nitro; they just ran them on alcohol.
Moonshine.
The drivers too.
Yeah, but this the Chewy's car was a great car, but the Witch Doctor was probably the crowd favorite. You know, he must have been using 90% nitro because when he took off, everything shook. The crowd went wild. This is a great car. Really had a fun time with this car. And it was great to see these cars out there. They're a great addition to the March meet. Everybody loves the alters. They're a little unpredictable. They're a little wild, but not as bad as, you know, the Winged Express or the fuel alters of
Or
old.
as fun as the Winged Express.
Well, you know what they did too on the alters? They gave them a 6.0 index to run on. So this tried to keep them from exploding too many parts and pieces because they weren't trying for the all out
So
the
they
back
had to
door.
slow down themselves.
They had to slow some of them down, take a little bit of the tune out of them, and it was a 6.0 index for
Okay,
those
come
guys.
on, enough already, go. There we go.
Look at the street. You can see where he's putting down the rubber.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you can see Leanne's hair.
And then Scott's taking pictures of girls.
Well, you know, I was just waiting for her to get out of the way.
There's a blonde. There's the
Yes.
camera.
And who is
Bam.
working the camera?
Oh, well, who do you think?
Well, now, this is one of the best crew chiefs out there. Rich Howell was working with this car. This is the first time out for this car.
It's green.
And I know, hard to believe. The Valencia brothers, and they did very well. They didn't win the event, but, you know, they got all the way. Is that another girl in there?
I think so.
I didn't notice that when I was
Go-go
filming.
boots and a mini
A guy
dress.
in a dress.
Yeah.
So, you know, they did really a good job because they didn't crash the car, they didn't wreck, they didn't cause any trouble.
Yeah, he left the body on the car this time.
That's important.
And I want to congratulate Dan Hicks for actually winning the fuel altered event. He's the one that got the trophy. But all these
There's our
competitors.
friend Rich.
There he
Yay.
is. See, he's out there. I couldn't understand it. How do you work on race cars and not get your shirt dirty, though?
Huh.
You know, that seems odd to me.
He has a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Changes
what
a
it is?
lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think I
Teflon
saw
on the
it.
shirt.
Yeah. Plug your ears. There you go. It's gonna hurt. A little squirrely.
Yeah, just a bit.
A little bit, but you know what?
Yeah.
He got to he got to the end of the track. He had a great run. He didn't blow any parts up. He did a great job of driving. Congratulations to that whole team. And you know, it's a lot of fun to see all the different types. Now, I mean, I'm a door car guy. Like I like the pro mods, like the NMCA. You know, all those great guys out there. In fact, it seems like every year, Cammie, you get new cars attending your event. I know last year they had a couple Camaros. They had that new 1969 Chevelle, that fiberglass body that's really pointy. And it's a great event for people like me that like door cars.
Yeah, it is. That's why we're the world's fastest street cars. You know,
Well, I've
that's
got a
why
little footage here.
Yeah, we stick to that.
Now, in addition to all this other stuff that's going on, you've got new T-shirts happening. And what were you telling us during the break?
Well, I was gonna, throw out a little giveaway. If you go to go to our Facebook page, NMCA West Facebook page, we have lovely T-shirt behind me. If you go to our Facebook page, of course you got to be a fan. Like the page and find the post that we just did today that about the radio show. Comment on the post. Of course, make it a nice comment, please. And I'll find it tomorrow. I'll pick some random comments. I'll randomly pick some winners. There you go. Wait, is that it?
Might be.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Speed Scene Live
Facebook
TV. I like that.
Hey, and it says join the effervescent.
Yes,
Cammie.
I know. I didn't write that.
Yes.
I
Is
told
that your
Scott.
chief marketing officer?
That's
There you
Scott
go.
Sparrow. Thank you, Scott
Oh,
Sparrow.
and by the way, I'll point out here right at the top that some of the regular hosts here at Speed Scene Live, including Brett Big Schwag Wagner and Dar Hawthorne, have liked this page.
Oh,
Yes,
Wow.
definitely,
Awesome.
definitely.
You know, Big Swag came up to the March meet last weekend and hung out and watched some racing.
Yeah, he did.
And hey, we're talking about the Facebook page, but Cammie, you also have a new website for NMCA
Yeah, but
West.
wait, I want to make sure everybody knows for sure. So go to the Facebook page, leave a comment on that post, and I'll find a bunch of people. I'll pick a bunch of random winners. I've got free tickets for the event. I've got T-shirts. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So go and do your thing. And do it before tomorrow, but do it before noon tomorrow, okay? And we'll pick some winners.
So what kind of a comment
Anyway.
are you looking for? Like, I love NMCA West. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to
something
NMCA
nice.
West.
Diana's cool. Diana-Mite rocks.
Or we love Cammie.
Lucky.
Yes. Blonde bombshells are the best.
Girls are the best.
Yeah, what it is, how much can you suck up to be able
Girls
to
rule, boys drool.
Yeah,
How
something like
bad do you
that.
want that shirt?
That's right.
Yeah.
Anything, just whatever, just something nice. But anyway, on a more serious note, we do have a really cool thing going for the NMCA West racers and fans. We have a brand new website that is just for NMCA West. It's nmcawest.com. So everything NMCA West is there. All the blog posts, all the events are there. Everything NMCA West.
Oh, there you go.
It's right there. And Nitto Tire has taken over the website for the month. And you can see we have a new sponsor as well for the Winner's Circle. That's Aerospace Components. That just flashed by at the top. So we've got a great crew this year, and we're really excited. Go back to the top, and you'll see Winner's Circle. go
Website
by.
looks really nice.
Yeah, so this is all about NMCA West. So we're really excited about it. There's the Winner's Circle, Aerospace.
Cool.
Kim and Al Cussy are the owners of Aerospace Components, and they're really cool. They love what we do and love the racers and the spectators. So
Kim is always in the Winner's Circle photos.
Yes.
She's the trophy girl, and she comes out and hangs out and poses. And
Yeah.
it was funny. I was taking videos of the Winner's Circle one year, and there's a lot of classes, and it takes a while. And she stood there so nice, so poised, such a lovely young lady. And you could tell, she'd been standing there in high heels for a couple hours holding trophies.
Poor thing.
And she was just so perfectly poised and was so wonderful. I was very impressed with her patience.
And that's
She's amazing. She does all the award ceremonies as well.
And
So-
that's what Lucky's putting on his Facebook page for you.
That's right. That's going to be my
Oh,
positive
nice. There's his
comment.
positive remark.
Good,
See?
good.
Yes.
They deserve it. They're the best. There's Rick Snavely.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is such a.
That's the
pretty car.
Bothwell racing team.
Those are great cars to watch, the Pro Mods. Really fun. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, they got really swoopy. I mean, the cars look great. They come up with the great body styles on those. You can even recognize what they are.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
cool. Like, for instance, the fender crease on the front of that 69 Camaro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part because, unlike some other cars that maybe just look sort of like a wedge going down the track, these cars still retain personality, and you can tell they've been altered, but you can still say, oh, I've always loved that 70 Camaro, or I've always loved that 69 Camaro.
Sure.
And, you can still relate to them.
And you know what else is cool about our events? All the racers are really accessible. The pits are open. The ticket is a one-day ticket, or the one-day adult ticket, spectator ticket is only $20. So, and that includes free parking, pit access. It's all open to the spectators. You can walk up to the racers and talk to them, ask them how they're doing. Well, unless they're having a bad day, just make sure they're having a good day.
If they're holding a broken piston in their hand, come back later.
Yes, exactly. And but it is a real family event, and kids 12 and under are free. So that's really cool.
And I notice a lot of families at these events, a lot of kids, and it always makes me happy to see a lot of kids and young families coming out getting a whole day's worth of entertainment for a reasonable price, and they can all enjoy themselves and see the cars and hear the noise and the smells and the excitement of drag racing. It's all great stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You're going to be at Fontana. You got all 4 dates at Fontana, so people can get consistent going there. It's like your West Coast headquarters almost.
Right, it is. And Auto Club they're really working with us this year to make it a great event. They really are excited to have us back. This is the only track in Southern California. So, I've been going to play. I live in San Pedro. I work in Santa Ana. Walking around talking to people about this event, and I tell them, yeah, we've got an event in Fontana, and people say, Auto Club Dragway? And, and they're like, yeah, I'll take some tickets. They're really excited to go, So, and also we have $10 off coupons out there floating around. So if you can find one of those, you can get in for $10 as a spectator. So to keep an eye out for our brochures. We call them mini posters because if you fold it out and hold it out, you can see that it's a poster. So,
nice.
Keep an eye out for that because there are $10 off coupons out there.
It's kind of like what they used to have, you'd buy I'm dating myself. You'd buy a record, and it would have a fold-out mini poster.
Yeah,
there you go.
A
Exactly.
record.
Exactly.
A record. I used to buy magazines that had those.
Wow. All the fold-out mini.
A magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead. Think about that one for a bit.
Were they usually like three?
Threefold, yeah.
Threefold. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just
Back when I used to do my laundry at the river, before we would go hunting up some grub.
That's
Yeah,
right, and then go out to
grub.
the hand crank generator in the shed to
Yeah.
watch the gas-fired television.
Now, Cami, you've got a new fuel sponsor, VP Fuels, VP
Yep.
Racing Fuel, and is this the first year for them, or are they returning sponsor?
It's the first year for them, and they're the official fuel for all 3 series.
Wow!
So,
Wow!
yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And now, cars are not required to run their fuel, correct? You don't have to, but it's there. It's available. It's suggested.
Well, they're the spec fuel for everything except the heads-up classes.
Oh,
Wow,
Yes.
interesting.
so yeah, it is.
Now,
No, that's not right.
Wait.
The other way around.
is it the other way
Yeah,
around?
yeah, it's got to be the other way around.
No, yes. When it comes to rules, I'm the marketing person, so don't
don't ask Cammy about rules.
go
Yeah,
to
no.
the website and check out the
Some
rules.
people will use it
Raleigh
and
will
some
shoot
won't.
me if I try to quote any rules right now.
But you recommend that they do use VP racing
Yes,
fuel
of course, yes.
Because it works great in everything you race.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
By the way, I am on thefote.com, and we've got crew updates, and people are asking us questions. So I don't know if you know the answer to these, but do you know how many cars will be at this event? Is this like a 400 or 500 count type event?
About, yes.
But that's including the
True Street
Right,
and the
the True Street.
autocross and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
all together.
Yeah,
Yes.
so,
It's
so
gonna be a
people are
great
going to be able to
variety.
go there and get a few runs. You know, it's not like one pass a day
No,
type thing.
no,
Okay.
it's a good
event.
Yes.
So you can get some good reaction
Good run
times
time,
in.
yes.
Good seat time, I guess
Yes.
is what I want to say.
And then my second question is, what's your favorite car?
Oh gosh.
Do you have a favorite car? I think you drive a Mustang.
Mustang has been my brand of choice since I was a kid, since a little kid. You know, Ford. My first car was a '65 Mustang.
Nice. My first
So-
was a 67.
Yeah, really.
His is still outside.
Yes.
It is.
Is that what I saw out there?
That thing parked on the street.
Yeah, that is a Mustang. Yeah.
No, I loved my Mustangs, you know, and so you know, but I really do have a great appreciation for like the older Camaros, you know, '68 Camaros and stuff, and I you know, it's
So
really.
your favorite is Ford, but
Yeah.
Chevy's okay, right?
Yeah, I have a Celine, a 2005 Celine Mustang in the garage. It's supercharged. It's got big brakes. It's really a fun car to drive.
Will you be
so.
bringing that out to the autocross?
I'm tempted. Yeah, yeah. They're challenging me. They threw it out and
Well, why
said,
not?
"Cammy, you better be there."
Yeah, you've raced on regular tracks.
Yes, I used to vintage race. I used to race a '66 Shelby Mustang GT350. So that's another reason Mustang is one of my favorite brands. It's that car was like my baby.
God,
you know?
those are worth
It
so
was
much money now. I'd be
such
scared
a cool
to do that.
car. Such a cool car.
Wow.
Hey, cars are made to be driven, so
That's
why
true.
not take it out and drive it?
That's
and
true.
Have a little fun. Now,
Yeah.
if you need some driving tips, I'm sure Diana-Mite will be happy to come on
Sure.
over.
Yeah.
You know, Diana's going to teach me how to do drag racing.
There you
I
go.
am. Okay, very good. I'd be
there
more
you
than
go.
happy to do
because I
that.
haven't done that yet.
Well, you know, I had one of our
Wow.
I had one of our
thought you were
fans.
involved in all of it.
I haven't done drag racing.
I had
yet.
one of our fans come out to the last race I was at, and he brought his daughter Kelly out, and he asked me to give her some pointers. And I said, you know what? The first thing you need to do is take that street car of yours out and go get some passes on the racetrack and just get a feel of what it is to go down the track. You know, don't jump into a race car all of a sudden and expect to be a winner, or expect to know everything. Just go in something that you feel comfortable in, which is your own car, and go down the track and get the feel of it. Stage, understand how to do that. Burn your tires, warm them up, go to the end of the track, pull off, all those things, but go in a car that you feel comfortable in first.
Yeah, they can come to Irvine, but gratuitous plug. They could come to Irwindale on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
That's
There you go.
That's Test and Tune every Thursday night. Learn. There's no pressure. It's just have some fun out there.
Inexpensive.
Yeah.
$20 to race.
Right.
On a Thursday
Wow,
night at
that would be
Irwindale.
fun.
Just come out, bring the family car, bring whatever it is you're driving.
Can I borrow your car, Bob?
I don't know. I don't know if you want to drive that slow.
Yeah. Don't you have a Corvette, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that one, and my other car, you need a sand claw. One of those little egg cooker timers.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
A little
Cammy,
hourglass
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
I have heard about people going and renting cars.
Yeah.
You know?
What? I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Not that I would ever do anything like
we
that.
would never do
There's
that.
a rumor that some people do that and they put a little tape back there on the back,
Yeah.
so none of the rubber will show. Yeah.
And, Diana-Mite, I know you're a little tongue-in-cheek
Yes.
about that, but actually for the rally racing, the autocross,
Yeah,
that's
the
a
autocross,
great
yeah.
idea. because you can rent some really nice cars. One time, Diana-Mite rented a Mini Cooper and took it up to Willow Springs for the weekend.
There you go.
And, you know, there are
Just
great
for
cars.
a scenic view, Lucky. I would never rent a car and race it.
No.
Just, you know, for a nice little
Just to
scenic
cruise around the track.
Yes, absolutely.
Autocross is not racing.
Just cruise
Oh, it's
around.
not?
It's just driving around.
Oh, okay.
Just cruise around.
You mean
the
so
track.
power sliding around
Just
those
to get a different
corners?
perspective.
Well,
That's
you know,
right.
you want to know what a car's like before you buy it. So take it to the autocross
Just
and
to
you
get a good perspective.
feel it
Yes.
out. And they're not your tires.
Yes. No.
And truth be told, she did go out and buy a Mini Cooper.
Two.
After that.
Oh, two. Yeah.
Look what it does for the brand. It's great.
Yeah. Yes.
Race on Saturday, buy on Monday.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. And hopefully it's not the one that you raced.
You know, Cammie, I think that maybe NMCA West, who has a lot to offer with all these events, it's great that you guys are welcoming all the different aspects. You know, I know with all these different classes, there's so much to know and learn about, but it's great that there's a class for everybody. Anybody that wants to race, whether it's a street car, autocross, or drag race, or anything, you've got a situation set up for them, and they can all do it.
That's right. You know, and I want to remind everybody, if you are coming to the event, because I know you are, Gate 7 is where everybody enters off San Bernardino Avenue. Don't come in off Cherry. Go into Gate 7. That's how we enter.
So that's not the main gate off Cherry.
Right.
You make a turn and go west on San Bernardino Avenue from Cherry, and that'll right? Yeah, Lucky's
You're right.
shaking his head.
No, I'm flinching.
Yeah, flinching west on San Bernardino Avenue, and you will see it. It's right there by the railroad tracks, and you turn in and go around. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Now that's a street outlaw car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
That's a cool car.
And these are shots from your last event at Fontana.
That's at
Auto Club
Fontana. That's
Yep.
Eric Gustafson.
Say
I
that
always
fast.
say his name.
You have to say it faster; it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's one of my favorite. I got a soft spot in my head for Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to take a commercial break in a minute, but there's a lot of different options, a lot of different things for people to enjoy. And if you're not a racer and you just want to see exciting racing, if you want to see wheel stands, if you want to see big burnouts, you want to see exciting side-by-side racing, NMCA West at Fontana, Auto Club Dragway Fontana will provide all that for you. So make a plan. Oh, let's just go to
What's in this stuff again?
Yeah, really.
Sundrop.
Sundrop. I don't know.
Take it away, Bruce.
All right.
Please.
Hey, it is commercial time, but you know what? It's mercifully quick. We got so much more to cover here on Speed Scene Live. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Ron Capps. I listen to the Speed Scene every Tuesday night.
For over half a century, Curry rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Curry lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Curry gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Curry expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Curry's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Curry Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Curry rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com. To everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you.
This is John Metajasic, sometimes called the Magic Man, sometimes called that guy in the tower at Bakersfield. And when I'm not talking there, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFoat.com.
All right, welcome back to Speed Scene Live. I'm Hot Rod Bob. How you doing out there tonight? In studio with us tonight, as always, is the lovely Lucky Hudson.
Hey, thanks, Bob.
And alongside him...
Little gay there, huh, Bob?
No, well, I won't say anything. I haven't been to West Hollywood in a long time. And alongside him, the always lovely and very fast this last weekend, Diana-Mite.
Thank you. Thanks to Paul Williams. Hey, I want to tell everybody a story. Finish introducing, and then I'm going to tell everybody a story.
Working the board and all the sound equipment is always the articulate, and he makes his fingers move. Bruce.
My fingers are articulating.
Yes, they are. And with us tonight in studio, it's Cammie Edelbrock.
Nice.
Yay. Okay, so here's my little story real quick. Okay, we were at the March meet this weekend. And of course I had my wonderful new motor. It was cranking, and I was up, Bob, thanks to you, up in the tower talking about how great the car was running. And then later I was at the Curry booth, and I was there, and we were promoting Hedman and Aeromotive and Curry, and this gentleman, two gentlemen walked up to me and the gentleman from Curry and said, hey, how do I get a hold of Mark Williams, And I looked at the kid from Curry, Chris, and I'm like, what? Mark Williams, isn't that our competitor? And Chris tells the guy, well, you can Google him. And he goes, yeah, Mark Williams. The guy keeps saying, Mark Williams, the engine builder, the one that built your engine. I go, you mean Paul Williams, that put the badass motor in my little race car that's going so fast I can barely hold on to the steering wheel. So I gave him all the literature and all the information, but it was the cutest little story because we thought he was trying to be a smarty pants, but really he just didn't have the first name right, which was cute. So that's my story.
Paul's got to do some better advertising. Got to get that name out there. We're trying to do our best to do that.
Well, no, and I did. I corrected the gentleman, both gentlemen.
All right. With us is Cammie, and Cammie Edelbrock with NMCA. They got a brand new redone magazine. It used to be called FSC. I got the letters right, wrong order. And now it's Fastest Streetcar, and it's a beautiful full-color magazine. You can get this magazine along with a T-shirt subscription for the magazine is just $15. That's
with a free T-shirt. With a free T-shirt.
Wow.
What it is, it's FSC. It's just been redesigned. It's always been Fastest Streetcar. We just had it was called FSC before. So now it's completely redesigned, and it's everything NMCA and NMCA West. So all the race results, all the stories about the racers, and everything. So you can either get this magazine if you're a member, but you can also subscribe. So that's kind of cool. So you don't have to be a full-on member. You can just,
Hey, Cammie, my car was actually in the last issue. They showed a bunch of the Hedman nostalgia streetcar racers, and they put me in there. I would win a few rounds at the last race, and they did a great shot of me with a big wheel stand, and I really like the new changes to the magazine. It's nice.
Yeah,
it really looks good. I mean, here's the 2014 NMCA Racer Achievements. I mean, there's stories, there's advertising.
Well, this is the latest issue, and all the 2014 champions are in here. So it's a really cool way to keep track of what's happening on and off the track. So, you get all the gossip and stuff like that. So, and then in the back, there's some fun, little quips about what's going on. And, and good stuff like wheels up photos of Lucky.
Yeah,
So,
well, and not just
can't go wrong.
the fast guys too. The fast guys too. Hey, speaking of fast guys, there's a lot of great racers out there at the NMCA. We talked about Joe Lapone and Rick Snavely, and one of my favorite racers. I'm a big fan of the drag radial racers. That class, I like Outlaw 10.5. Artis Houston, one of my favorite racers.
And he's got the Speed Scene sticker on.
Okay, wait a minute. A lot of people know, hey, they're always asking questions, how do we get on Speed Scene Live? You just seen it. Put the sticker on the car, you get an interview. Artis Houston, buddy. How you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
We're doing good, man. It's a pleasure seeing you out here. Very popular driver out here. You got a big crowd, got all your family.
Thank you.
Got your son, all his buddies out here.
Yep.
You enjoying the day out here in Southern California?
I am. It's really nice weather today. The weekend's actually pretty nice. It's been kind of up and down. It was cold, it was hot. It's a little bit in between this weekend. So if we can get some traction out there, to actually make for a very great race weekend. But it's always nice to have family and friends come out and support the whole deal.
Artists, we're new to NMCA, and of course we're at the historical Pomona, California, which is kind of nice to race here, right? Explain your class to us and what it takes and the numbers that you run.
Okay. My particular car is a stock suspension car. It's a 71 Nova. We run on what they call a 275 drag radial. It's a Mickey Thompson tire. It's much in the family of a regular street tire, however, it has a different compound, different things like that in order to control the 1900 horsepower or so that we try to apply it with a type of motor like mine. It's a big block Chevy, 598 cubic inches, has Steve Johnson nitrous on it, have AFCO shocks on it, Lamb brakes, BES heads, a lot of good parts on it. It definitely allows for it to run pretty good. So far it's been 741 at 188 and a quarter mile.
Wow, 741 with that, folks. Hey, Artis, it's great having you on the show. We are going to try to catch you out on the track later. I know you got one more qualifier, so we'll try to get you out that, and we'll check in with you later after that run, and as for the whole weekend. So it's been a pleasure having you on Speed Scene Live.
Great, I appreciate you guys' time. It's lovely. Thank you. You guys have a great one.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Artis is one of the personalities, races a lot, really well respected, went back to Georgia for Ducks Lights Out race, did really well out there, and he will be at NMCA. You can see racers like him, you can see all the great racers, everything going on at Fontana, and that's March 27th through 29th, Auto Club Dragway Fontana. And Cammie, what's the website again that people can go to get more information about the event?
It's nmcawest.com. nmcawest.com.
Hey, here's Diana-Mite making one of the passes in her car, and she made several passes. This car was a high 10-second quarter-mile car, right?
Right.
Diana-Mite?
That was my spare motor. I had it in there for about 4+ years.
And
the spare was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, and now Paul Williams, and we've been showing it, the build all along on the show. We've got some more stuff to show next week. We're going to show them installing the pistons, and we're going to show the heads being installed. Right. We got a lot more stuff to show.
For all of you racers out there that are just beginning, this happened to me on this race right here, so I want to let you know. When you go and you line your car up, you stage it with the 2 yellow lights. Do not turn both of them on at the same time.
Now, this car had really a great 60-foot, 1.488, and you went, this was 1022 at 131 miles per hour. You actually did a couple runs in the 10 teens at 132 miles per hour.
Yes. Dang.
Really, the motor was working great, huh?
You know what? The motor was doing what I told it to do. So, I haven't had a motor like that in a long time, that when you punch it, it goes, and when you want extra, it's there. And when you pull out of it, you can actually get back into it. I don't know how to explain it to somebody who doesn't race, but for those of you that do race, you know what I'm talking about.
It's responsive.
Your car does what you're telling it to do, and it was phenomenal.
It behaves.
Well, it has horsepower, It actually, but it idled nice, it started nice, and we didn't do anything big whammy jammer, expensive block, big dollar heads. This is all stuff out of the box. You can buy it from any of your local retailers, and it's the same kind of motor that a lot of guys will go ahead and build for their own cars. Low 10-second motor. You could run it on, you don't need to have, 120 octane fuel. It's a great motor. Paul Williams did a great job, and we will show more of that stuff coming up on another show. Diana-Mite, what's next?
Well, let's actually go to line 1 and welcome Chris Wall to Speed Scene Live. Chris, welcome.
How are you guys this evening?
We're doing great. How are you?
Hi, Chris. This is Cammie Edelbrock.
Yes, it's been a little while since I've seen you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for calling in. We're really happy to have you as a sponsor of the series. And I just want to welcome you to the show. Chris is the Chief Marketing Officer of VP Racing Fuels.
Chris, we're very excited and happy that you're involved with NMCA West. We think VP Racing Fuels is a great company, and it's a fantastic partnership between your company, the NMCA, and West, as well as NMCA and NMRA. So it's great to have you involved.
I tell you, it's a great team they've got over there, and we're already getting a lot of feedback on social media from a lot of the racers who are already big fans of VP. So, for us to step up and support the series big time, we're all really excited, everybody on the team at VP.
Good.
Well, we've got a big event coming up here at Fontana, the inaugural season opener. Inaugural? I guess that doesn't work, but season opener for the NMCA West, and there's a lot of excitement, and people are looking forward to coming out to the track. The weather's perfect out here. They've had some races. The track's going to be in great shape. It's already hooking good, and it's really shaping up to be a fantastic event out here at Southern California.
Well, yeah, VP, we're ready. We've probably got the truck already headed that way, and I just want to wish luck and safety to all the competitors. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy that California weather, and I just wish I was going to be there.
Well, we wish you were going to be here too, but you're going to be with us in spirit, and we really appreciate you working with us, and we hope to see you soon, Chris. Thanks for calling in.
I can't wait to make a race this season, and you guys have a wonderful race weekend.
Hey, Chris,
thank you so much.
Chris, before you go, what website where can people go, where can racers go to find out more about VP Fuels?
Well, for sure, look us up on vpracingfuels.com, and of course there's a link to our Facebook page, a lot of fun videos, and we're going to be working on some new product videos that explain all of our different race fuels, but you can download PDFs. There's all kind of great information. Mm-hmm. We've got over 70 race blends right now.
Wow. Nice.
And I tell you, drag racing will continue to be where we started and where we will always put a lot of our efforts.
Now, we're looking at the website right now. We're showing it on the show, and I've got some people sending me questions. They want to know, where can they buy your fuel? Obviously, you've got a truck coming to NMCA West, but where else can people buy your fuel?
Yeah, the great thing is there's actually a place on the website where you can click on a map. It will get you in touch with one of our 5 regional offices, and you can actually purchase directly from them, or they can point you to a local distributor, and in some cases, some motorsports dealers that carry our fuels.
Oh, great.
Oh, nice. You make it all easy for us.
We try. We're actually working on a new website. It's going to be launching it later on this summer, and it's going to be even above and beyond what we currently have. But definitely the website we've got now will point you in the right direction. There's a lot of great information about all of our different products, including our new consumer products, our additive line of performance chemicals.
Really?
Wow. And, of course, people can buy it at Fontana during the NMCA West, so all the racers know they've got a good fuel supplier to depend on when they show up to race.
Yeah, and just to remind everybody, we started back in 1975, so this is our 40th anniversary, and our founder, Steve Burns, founded the company because he was a drag racer, and he did a little research, actually based on a lot of military and aviation fuel science, and really just got us out ahead of all of our competitors, and we've kind of stayed that way for 40 years.
Nice. Way to go. Well, Cammie's very excited about you being involved. They're very proud that to have a company like yours with so much legendary performance and respect involved. So we're going to look forward to having you involved with the NMCA.
We're excited about it.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for calling, and we'll see you out there at Fontana, or we'll see somebody from VP Fuels.
Thank you,
yeah,
Chris.
we'll have several people out there. You guys have a great weekend.
All right.
Take care.
Bruce, let's
Okay.
do some what's going on so that we can tell some people about some of the events that are going on in and around the country.
Of course, and we want to let everybody know that What's Going On is brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, and Aeromotive, as well as M&H Tires. And don't forget Paul Williams Racing Motors.
Cammie, what's going on with you?
I just have one more thing to say. You know, I've got to acknowledge the other sponsors that are involved with this event in March. It's the 4th annual Nitto Tire NMCA West Spring Nationals. Nitto Tire has been really a big sponsor of ours event-wise. They are the event sponsor, and they are also the presenting sponsor for the autocross. So I want to thank Nitto Tire for everything they've done for us.
And they also provide those great rings, those championship rings.
Yes, they do.
Those are gorgeous.
Beautiful diamond, Nitto Tire diamond tree rings.
Wow.
Beautiful for the champions.
And, of course, we'd like to thank Hedman Headers for sponsoring the Nostalgia Streetcar class. I'm going to squeeze that one in because
And Edelbrock. I want to thank Edelbrock.
Oh, yeah. Small
Just
company,
because.
yes.
Well, we want to let everybody know that St. Patrick's Classic at Virginia Motorsports Park. Again, St. Patrick's Classic at Virginia Motorsports Park, March 13th through the 15th. That's presented by Loose Rocker.
Bottom Bulb Spring Bash at Buffalo Valley, March 21st and 22nd with guaranteed payouts.
And Beach Bend has their 10-truck series in full swing March 20th through the 22nd. Or 10 tuck, huh?
$45,000 in payouts at Thunder Valley Raceway Park in Oklahoma, March 27th through the 29th.
And the race that everyone's talking about, the Buzz on the West Coast, NMCA West, March 27th through the 29th at Auto Club Raceway Fontana. You got your Pro Mod, your radial tire, all kinds of classes, plus autocross. Stop by the Hedman booth.
Also, Moparts at the Strip, the 27th through the 29th in Lost Wages, Nevada.
And, you know, not only will there be a lot of Mopars out there, but Brett Big Swag will be out there hanging at the Strip.
Yep. And Alex will be out there, right?
That's right. She'll be racing.
With her Dodge.
SCR Spring Bracket Brawl, April 4th and 5th. Super Pro, Foot Brake Juniors, and Street Class.
Well, Cammie, we're going to look forward to seeing you out at the Auto Club Raceway, Fontana. And we're all excited. We'll be out there racing. Diana-Mite and myself and our two twin Novas will be racing. We'll be enjoying the event. And I know there'll be a lot of our friends out there. So we look forward to seeing you and everybody else.
Yep, can't wait. It's time to get going.
That's it.
Don't forget to visit the NMCA West Facebook page. Put a nice post on there, a nice comment. Like the page. And look for the Speed Scene Live logo. Make a nice comment there about what a great job Cammie did on the show. And she might choose you, send you out a free T-shirt, some tickets, that
Bob's
type of
holding
thing.
that up. Bruce,
Yes.
show a picture of that one more time.
There you go. That's a cool T-shirt.
Free T-shirt.
I'm going to buy one of those T-shirts. I like that look. And maybe it'll make me look tough.
Yeah, there you go.
I know. I want to say skull and crossbones, but it's skull and connecting
Pistons.
rod.
Yeah. It's a car shirt. Come on.
I know.
Skull and pistons.
Yeah. Skull and pistons. Yeah.
Skull and pistons.
Yeah.
Well, take it away, Bruce.
Yeah, I must. Coming up next, the encore presentation of tonight's show, and thanks so much for joining us. Hey, let's do this again next week. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it works for me.
All right, that's an on board, that's a thumbs up, and we'll do it. Join us next week right here at SpeedSceneLive.com.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and thefolk.com.